Hi, I'm Kurt Kopala from atightloop.com, and today I'm tying my version of Charlie's Secret Attack Midge. The materials that I use to tie the midge are any dry fly hook. I usually tie it in size 20. Gordon Griffiths 14-aught black thread. Red Midge diamond braid. Gray colored Swiss straw. White polypro yarn. Peacock colored ice stub, and grizzly saddle hackle. Let's get started tying the attack midge. I start my thread just behind the hook eye and move it back to about the halfway point on the shank and trim the tag. Take a piece of the midge diamond braid that I've melted one end and place it on top of the hook shank. Do a pinch wrap to keep it in place and bind it down with a couple of turns of thread. Trim off the tag. Keep it on top of the hook shank. Next, I'm going to take a piece of Swiss straw, and I want the Swiss straw to go around the diamond braid and tie it in securely. We'll trim the Swiss straw just beyond the tail. Next, I'm going to take my post I attach the post by folding the material around the thread and setting it on top of the hook shank where I want it. Put a couple of turns of thread in front, a couple of turns behind. Then we're going to start working our thread up the post. Can be a little bit difficult to get this step started. If you have a gallows attachment for your vise, it can be helpful, but you certainly don't need one. Just start slowly building a thread base on the post. Work your way up about 1/4 of an inch. As you get more thread on the post, it becomes much easier to move the thread up. If you pull up on the thread too much, you will pull the thread off the post. Next, we're going to attach our hackle. Trim off a couple of the barbels off the stem. First, we attach it on the hook shank. And then we're going to run the hackle up the parachute, and this also gives more stability to the post. Take a small amount of dubbing and wrap a small ball of dubbing around the post. You don't need much. Just trying to kind of cover up all your thread and make a little buggy looking thing here. And then I'm going to take my thread, go on top of the hook shank, and wrap it around the post. Now I'm going to take my hackle and I'm going to wrap it around the post. I'm going to do maybe 4 turns. I like to have a pretty full parachute hackle. Now I'm binding the hackle down to the post. Okay. Now I'm going to bend all the materials back and transfer my thread back onto the hook shank, trimming the hackle. Try not to cut too many little hackles when you do this step. I'm going to pull everything back, make a little thread head, and whip finish. Do 3 or 4 knots and pull it together tight. And then I'll do a second one. And pull it tight. Trim your thread. I like to keep the posts pretty short. Keep everything from spinning while you cast it. This is one of my most favorite trout flies. I've fished it in Arkansas, South Dakota, Wisconsin, Michigan, and it's produced everywhere for me. Give it a try when you get a chance next time on the water. Thank you.